Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Okay MTG. I'm Patrick, and today we are going to delve into the world of Modern Constructed with our buddy Duncan. How's it going, Duncan?
Well, it's going great, Pat. Really glad to be here. Very excited to start this new segment called Duncan Plays Modern, where I, Duncan, play Modern. And it's going to be just okay.
Sweet. Well, keeping in line with the YouTube channel. That's awesome to hear. Well, what do you have for us today? What are we playing?
So, as we all know, Magic is currently the land of companions. And in Modern, as with basically every other format, the two main companions that you see are Lurrus, for things like Burn or Jund, or Yorion. And Yorion is a companion that lets you reuse Enter the Battlefield triggers and requires you to play 80-card decks. So what you're seeing now is people basically just playing 80-card piles of whatever. And usually those are 3 or 4 colors, normally Bant, maybe Teamer, some combination of those. And they're held together color-wise, mana-base-wise, with Arkham's Astrolabe, as well as snow-covered lands.
So is the idea with the fact that companions are super popular in Modern right now just simply because if you can play it and you can make it work, it's worth playing every time? Is that the reason?
Yeah, I think basically the idea is if you can play a deck where you start with 8 cards in your hand every game, you play a deck where you start with 8 cards in your hand every game. Having 8 cards in your opening hand is better than playing 60 cards instead of 80.
Gotcha.
So at this point, you just put in extra copies of things that maybe work with Yorion to help you turn through your deck, or you just play redundant cards, maybe less powerful versions of the same effects, and it's still better because you always have 8 cards in your opening hand. So, and of course, one of the big things about that is Arkham's Astrolabe has an Enter the Battlefield effect where it draws a card. So you automatically, playing your 4-color snow pile, have access to card draw. So your Yorion, rather than just being a 4/5 flyer for 5 that's in your command zone essentially, which would be good enough on its own, ends up being more like a big fat mole drifter.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So you're seeing a lot of powerful stuff. Now, this deck is 2 colors, but I'm still playing Arkham's Astrolabe because I want to draw cards.
Yeah.
And this is a blue-white turbofog deck. I started playing blue-white turbofog in Modern a few years ago. I believe there was an MTG Goldfish instant deck tech about a budget version of this deck that won a small Japanese tournament. Yeah.
Now, where have I heard that before?
It's always the small Japanese tournaments.
Always the small Japanese tournament.
So I built that deck and kind of played it in Modern while I was putting together Blue-White Control, which I started playing just before the Hogak meta, I think. So I played a lot of Blue-White Control during Hogak meta, and you don't really play Blue-White Control anymore because now you play 4-color Snow Control or Bant Snow Control. But I'm not really into that. I don't want to play. First I don't want to play Misty Rainforest because they're expensive, and I don't really want to play Euros and Ice Fang Coatls. It's just a very sort of boring homogenizing meta. So
Fair.
What I'm doing instead is playing Blue-White Turbofog. Now, one thing about White Fogs that makes this deck probably. I think Modern is one of the most hostile environments it's been in a while for a deck like this. And the reason for that is the best deck in Modern right now is probably Lurrus Burn. And the issue with White Fogs is that they prevent damage dealt by creatures. So we're very weak to Burn. So this should be a Bant Turbofog deck. We should absolutely be playing Bant. But I figured if I'm playing Bant, I'm basically just going to play Bant, Urza, pile or something. So,
And where's the fun in that?
exactly, where's the fun in that? So, we have Ethereal Haze, probably the best fog in the deck. It's 1 mana and it prevents all damage that would be dealt by creatures, and that is quite relevant. The fact that it prevents damage from creatures as opposed to combat damage, which is what you get from Holy Day, is very relevant against things like Walking Ballista. If your opponent is trying to pin you to death with Walking Ballista, you can stop that with Ethereal Haze.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so...
Is that why there's 4 Ethereal Haze and only 1 Holy Day?
Exactly, yeah. So Holy Day is just an extra copy of Ethereal Haze in most games.
Situations, gotcha.
And then we have our 2-mana Holy Day, which is Angel Song, which also has cycling. So just a nice way to keep turning through the deck. And then we have Dawn Charm, which has that Holy Day effect, prevent all combat damage, but also allows you to regenerate a creature, which is not really relevant, but more importantly, counter a spell targeting me. So I have 4 of these. I used to play fewer, and that's mostly for burn. So now I have a way to counter a burn spell. It's not really ideal, but it gives me some main deck out to burn. So all right, so this is where the deck gets a little bit more spicy. The way that you win with turbofog is usually by milling your opponent out. So we're doing that with Sphinx's Tutelage, which allows you to mill 2 cards from your opponent's library whenever you draw a card.
Yep.
And you can repeat the process sometimes. We have a War's version of that in Psychic Corrosion as a 5th copy. Yeah. And then in order to keep drawing cards so that we draw our fogs, we're playing a few Howling Mine effects. So we have Howling Mine. We have Dictative Crew Fix, which has the same effect, but is an enchant with Flash, but for 3 mana. So we can play that on our opponent's end step so that we draw the first card, which is a pretty big advantage. And then we have Temple Bell. Temple Bell also allows us to draw the first card by waiting until our opponent's end step to activate Temple Bell, but it costs 3 mana, and we have to play it on our turn, which is a pretty big disadvantage. The reason why I am playing Temple Bell in this deck is actually Yorion. So if you have a Temple Bell and you can blink it, so that means you can tap it, draw a card, blink it, and then tap it on your opponent's turn so you can draw twice as many cards.
And sorry, before we keep going, what is the caveat on Yorion? What is the requirement that you need to fill in order for the companion to happen?
So your deck has to have 80 cards in it, basically, at the start of the game. So 20
I see.
20
Okay.
more than your minimum deck size.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. So we just play...
I'm sorry, that's the first time I've seen that card, I think, and actually spent some time to read it. That is... I don't know if I like that. That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
so
I
weird.
think I do think that that's probably the design that I like the least, because it's not really a restriction. Like, you just build a bigger deck.
Yeah.
You know? I think Lurrus has kind of the same problem, especially in older formats like Vintage and Legacy, where you're restricted to permanents that cost 2 or less, but you know, who's playing 4 mana creatures in Legacy? A few people, but for the most part, you're playing small things anyway. You're playing your Delvers, you're playing...
Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, I mean...
Heritage Druid.
Exactly. So it's not really much of a restriction.
Oh no, Heritage Druid is a 3-drop.
Yeah, you wouldn't play it in Elves. You wouldn't play it in Elves anyway. I mean, it's just not the right card for that. But you see it a lot in things like Ad Nauseam Tendrils Storm decks, where you can play your Lotus Petal, crack your Lotus Petal, replay your Lotus Petal. It's free. You can play your Lion's Eye Diamond, discard your hand, then replay your Lion's Eye Diamond from your graveyard. It's just... It's very broken. It's super broken. I'd be interested to see how long these cards stick around. So, rounding out the deck, we have a few other things. So on top of our main mill game plan, we have a sort of semi-lock game plan that's pretty common in these snow pile decks, and that uses Mystic Sanctuary, which is an island that enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other islands, but allows you to return an instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to the top of your library if it enters the battlefield untapped.
Okay.
So in the late game, when you have a lot of islands, you can fetch out a Mystic Sanctuary and bounce Cryptic Command, which you can't see because I have textless ones, to the to the top of your library, and then you can, for example, counter a spell and bounce Mystic Sanctuary back to your hand, and then replay Mystic Sanctuary, put Cryptic Command back on the top. Wash, rinse, repeat, yeah. And the other thing about Cryptic Command is actually a fog. It allows you to tap all your opponent's creatures, so...
So it's on theme, is what you're saying. Not only is it good, but it fits the theme of the deck. I like it.
Yeah, Cryptic Command was the first upgrade I ever put into the turbofog shell. And to go with Cryptic Command and all our fogs, we have Snapcaster Mage, which I don't have to right-click because it has text on it. The classic modern staple. So it just allows us to reuse our instants and sorceries from our graveyard. On top of that, we have Supreme Verdict, get rid of all the creatures.
Yep.
And then we have some support spells. So Gideon of the Trials, I'm trying out. I'm not really sure how I feel about this card in this deck. But it's kind of a fog. It keeps you from losing the game while it's sitting around. So
also, it's a win condition, right?
It's a win condition. Yeah, I'm not sure it's a great win condition. But
right, but at the end of the day, the option of having a 4/4 that can whack is not the worst.
Yeah, I think as far as like secondary win conditions, the best one is probably Jace. So I'm playing one Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor is another interesting card in this deck. I'm not really sure how I feel about it either. In some games, it's great. The Brainstorm ability on here works really well with Sphinx's tutelage, so it really speeds up our mail kill. But the fact that you have to pay 4 mana for a Planeswalker just isn't that good in a Turbofog deck, because it's pretty difficult to tap out on turn 4, drop a Jace, and then survive. Whereas something like Gideon, you can play on turn 4 and hold up in an Ethereal Haze or something. So, yeah, Jace the Mind Sculptor. But it doubles as a bit of removal, so I think it's worth having one. I'm just not as sold on it as I am in some other decks. Kind of the opposite of that is Narset, Parter Veil. So Narset doesn't draw cards in terms of like a mechanic, so it doesn't work with Sphinx's tutelage. But what it does do is prevent our opponent from benefiting from our Howling Mine effects. And it also allows us to... Yeah, turns them into a one-way Howling Mine. And it also lets us dig through our library and find our fogs when we need them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty reasonable inclusion. We have Detention Sphere in the main deck as a little bit of removal. And then Teferi... just 2 Teferis for the top end, but I actually think Teferi is big Teferi. Little Teferi I've actually cut entirely from this deck because I just don't think it's that helpful. But big Teferi I think is actually really good in this deck. So once you get to turn 5, dropping a big Teferi is big game. You get to draw an extra card, which helps you turn through your deck faster. It works with Sphinx's tutelage. And because you can untap your 2 lands, essentially you can drop this, untap your lands, and you can keep up your fogs. So it's pretty great. And then it also doubles as a piece of removal. So it's pretty versatile, and I really like it in this deck. I guess the last thing that I haven't gone over besides the mana base, which is pretty unremarkable, I'm playing a lot of off-color fetches, mostly to get our Mystic Sanctuaries.
Okay.
The only interesting thing here, I guess, is the Mikokoro, which is just another Howling Mine sort of effect.
Yep.
The last card in the deck, I guess there's 2 more cards, actually. So we have Elixir of Immortality. That's in case the game goes so long that we need to reshuffle our deck. Maybe not necessary now that we're playing 80 cards, but I kept it in there. And we just have Omen of the Sea. This is just kind of good-ish filler that works really well with Yorion because we can blink it.
Right. Oh, I see. So in this case, I was going to say it's just crappy Ponder or crappy Preordain, but in this case it might have some upside because it is a permanent that we can flash in, flash out.
Yeah, and it does have flash, which is pretty good. I mean, you can sacrifice it if you have nothing to do. It's a pretty good card overall, and it's seeing a little bit of play in Modern, so it might be worth keeping around. Now, probably the spiciest part of this deck is my game plan against Burn, which is basically to attempt to mulligan into Leyline of Sanctity with my 80 card deck.
Oh my goodness, that's our game plan.
Yep, that's basically it.
Oh,
we do have
a hope and a prayer.
basically just pray. Yeah. We do have Ether Gust, which is also not terrible against burn, I guess. I'm not playing any big life gain effects because that's basically what fogs are, so it seems kind of redundant. In terms of other cards, we have Stony Silence and Ceremonious Reduction for artifact shenanigans, mostly Urza stuff. Force of Negation for anything playing instants or sorceries, basically. Ashiok is kind of graveyard hate. I didn't really want to play Rest in Peace because I think the recursion element of our deck is so important that playing Rest in Peace is just not good. And trying to mulligan into another Leyline just really didn't do it for me. So playing Ashiok, I'm not sure it's great as graveyard hate. But what I really want it for in this deck is actually Amulet Titan decks, because if we get hit by Valakut, that's very bad because we can't fog a Valakut. We can yeah, so we can endlessly fog a Titan, but they can still fetch out the land, so that doesn't actually help us at all. So that's what that's for, mostly preventing searching. And then the last thing is just Surgical Extraction. Not really a big card in the meta right now, but I think because we are a mill deck, Surgical Extraction has great synergy with mill, and it should help us against any rogue decks or anything that we just can't beat. Maybe we can hit it with our mill and then pull it out of their deck. So that's that's the deck.
Interesting. I'm pretty excited to see how it actually works. Visualizing it in my head is going to be a little bit tough, but I like the fact that it's a mill deck. Mill is one of my favorite mechanics ever in Magic, and everybody goes, well, why do you just increase their life total? Instead of just taking them from 20 to 0, you have to take them from 60 to 0. But it just feels so good when you mill their last card. So excited to see where this goes, because it seems like a deck right up my own personal wheelhouse as well. Have you played it at all yet, or is this your first time ripping this particular iteration of the deck?
So I did do some playtesting. I haven't playtested the final version of the deck that I'm playing in the videos. I made some changes from the last version that I tried. It's interesting. There's a lot of decks that are beating down with creatures, including even Amulet Titan decks tend to play Field of the Dead, which creates zombies, and then try to whack you with zombies. So there's some potential. We're okay against a lot of win conditions, but I think burn is a really big problem. I think we'll die to a lot of walking ballistas. I think, and I think our deck just isn't that good compared to some of the really strong stuff you can be doing in Modern right now. Yeah. We're not a combo deck, and I think combo decks right now are pretty fast. Kind of turn 3 is where you want to be. And this deck, turn 3, what are we doing? We're, I don't know, playing a Sphinx's Tutelage. It's gonna be a rough go. But I love the deck, and you can get some salty scoops. So that's what I'm going for.
All right. Well, let's see how medium this deck will be, or how just okay. We'll get to game 1 pretty shortly. We're going to run this through a league, I believe. That's the plan, right, Duncan?
Yep. We're going to run it through a league, so let's see if we can lose some tickets.
Okay. Before we start the show here, what's your prediction for a result?
I think in the current meta, this is... Oh, man. I think I can win a game with this. So... Or a match. Yeah, I think this is a 1-4 sort of deck.
All right, I'm going to be a little more optimistic, because I think you're a better Magic player than that, and I feel like we're going to have the heart of the cards. So I'm going to say 2 and 3.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you 2 wins. That
seems pretty reasonable. I mean, the most powerful thing in this deck is definitely the combination of Cryptic Command and Mystic Sanctuary, because lots of real Modern decks are doing that. So if we can get that on a few occasions, we should be okay. We're playing lots of good cards. Teferi is good. Narset is quite good. Snapcaster Mage is good. Arkham Astrolabe is good. And we have a companion, so I don't know. But we'll see how it goes.
I like it. Awesome. Well, we will see you for game 1 shortly here.
All right, we got a game here. Yorion turbofog in Modern.
Well,
we won the die roll. Yes, we would like to play first.
Our opponent should probably scoop since we won the die roll.
Yeah, they should. Also, we have a companion. I would like to be able to see that, maybe. All right. So, this hand has lands and fogs. So, yep. I'm keeping this.
Okay.
8-card hand, pretty good.
I don't think I'm ever going to get over this companion mechanic. Like, just...
No, it is
weird.
Nonsense. So we're going to play Arkham's Astrolabe to have perfect mana and draw cards forever. And yeah, we pretty much won the game already. Our opponent is not playing a companion. But that's very interesting.
Marsh Flats for them.
Marsh Flats. Yeah, I feel like it's weird.
Is that a human stack? Could that be a human stack? Is that running around Modern right now?
I haven't seen too many humans. I mean, you could play humans. If it's humans, we might be in pretty good shape because we have a decent game against humans. Like they're very much an attacking sort of deck. So that's not the worst thing for us if that's what they're on. But I'm not sure about humans. We'll see.
Are we flashing in Omen at the end of their turn?
No, we don't have the mana.
Yeah, we do.
No, we have 1 mana up.
Oh, no, we don't. I lied. My bad.
Okay, so they're on some kind of Rakdos something?
I'm trying to think. Marsh Flats into Bloodstained Mire. Okay, so they are...
So it's Mardu...
Confidant, okay.
So it's just like Mardu mid-range with no companion? We're not in a lot of threat right now, so I think we just...
Play the Temple Bell?
Yeah. Now, I definitely should have played the Prismatic Vista here instead of the Polluted Delta. That was a mistake, but whatever. Yeah, we'll just grab another island. So the reason I should have done that is so that I can use the... I can't grab Mystic Sanctuary off this, so I should have saved the other fetch for later. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal. This should be a fairly grindy match, so I should be able to draw into another Polluted Delta or Flooded Strand eventually.
What was the card that our opponent drew? Or with...
Arkham's Astrolabe. Yeah, we can open their revealed zone, maybe. So Lurrus. Wait. So they
are playing a...
They are playing Lurrus. Okay, this is just Lurrus Mardu. That makes more sense. I just didn't see that.
I don't think either of us were paying attention to that. Okay, this...
Yeah, okay, so this is just a regular old Lurrus deck. This is pretty much peak Modern right now. All right.
Haze, I guess.
Card. Yeah. Well, no, we'll discard Angel Song because we'd probably just end up cycling it anyway. Keep up the hazes. I don't know if there's any creatures that deal direct damage to us in this sort of deck, but whatever. Haze is our best fog, so we'll just keep that around. They can nug us with a Bob. That is totally fine. Let's draw some cards. Snappy. Snappy's pretty good. We'll play that. We'll play another Astrolabe. Flooded Strand. There we go.
So now we can get our Mystic Sanctuary. Is that what it is?
Yeah, we can grab the Mystic Sanctuary.
That's good. And we could do that next. We could have that ability trigger next turn, right? Because we can Prismatic Vista for another snow-covered island, and then.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. Right now, I think we're gonna try to keep up the Flooded Strand until we have Cryptic Command. Because we really want to be Mystic Sanctuary, Cryptic Command, blocking our opponent, I'm pretty sure. Black and white. What have you got for us, opponent? 3 mana. Small pox. Okay. I think we're just fine with this.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world, because we sacrifice the Glacial Fortress so we can have 3 islands, or because we have the mana fixing for white now.
Yeah, I think.
Or is it more important to have white?
No, I think I think you're right. We sacrifice the Glacial Fortress. So we'll discard an Ethereal Haze. I think here we can always Snapcaster for it if we need it. We lose their Bob. We just sacrifice this. Okay, they Flagstones. So I mean, they're getting a land destruction spell on us, but I'm not particularly worried about that. Let's see what else they have. Another smallpox? All right. Let's go grab this. We're going to play Omen of the Sea now. All right. Counter target spell that targets you. I think we can use that against this deck, actually. So I'm going to keep...
Do we want to Narset later, though? That seems like it would be pretty good right now.
Maybe we keep the Narset and bottom the... Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep the Narset. We will discard Ethereal Haze again. Oh, I actually have to allow this to resolve first. Yeah, so we'll discard Ethereal Haze. We can always use it off Snapcaster if we really need to, but they're not really pressuring our life total that much. So I'm not too concerned about that. We'll sacrifice the plains. We can just use Astrolabe for white mana. I'm not going to draw here because I don't think it's... So...
At what point are you considering playing the companion? Like, in the next... I guess we're still short on lands, but are we playing it as soon as we are able to?
No, the companion is super not important to our game plan. Basically, we just play it if we have nothing better to do.
Okay.
Now, yeah, the one thing about getting all islands is they probably... Well, actually, no, post-board they'll have... so I think we just run out of Narset. So, yeah, post-board I expect they're playing... Boil. Boil is a pretty popular sideboard card right now in Modern. Another good reason not to play this deck. For now, we can just rip out islands.
Boil, instant, 3 in a red, destroy all islands. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Conveniently printed in 8th edition, so it's Modern legal.
Yes. Yeah. I wish Acid Rain was legal, but alas. Here we are. Acid Rain, 3 in a blue, destroy all forests. So I think we ditched D-Sphere.
Yep. They're going to probably attack Narset, right?
They will probably try to kill Narset, yep. So let's draw a card, and they don't get to draw a card. Another D-Sphere is fine. Okay, there's a Mystic Sanctuary. We could play to get something back right away, but I think we're going to go digging with Narset. Yeah, we will definitely take Cryptic Command here. So, I think we're actually just gonna Detention Sphere this for now. I think that's fine. If they destroy the Detention Sphere, we have to discard a card, but this ends up going to the graveyard because it doesn't escape.
Right.
So it protects our Narset just fine. I don't think there's any good hasty threats. They could bolt Narset, but I'm pretty okay with that. They're going to Thoughtseize. Yeah, so they'll probably take Cryptic, but that's fine because we just get it back with Mystic Sanctuary.
So if that's the case, maybe they'll take Snapcaster.
Yeah. No.
Oh, no. They take the Cryptic.
I'm pretty okay with that. All right, another Bob.
Another Bob.
We can ambush Viper the Bob if they're planning to beat us down with it. So let's draw a card, see what we get. Bolt's Narset. Yeah.
Bolt
okay.
Narset, yep.
So they get to draw a card as well. We get a land. So let's go Mystic Sanctuary. We will put Cryptic Command on top of our library. Yes, I would like to do that. And then we can just draw it whenever we need it with Temple Bell.
Seems good.
Yeah, I think we just do that. Pass the old turn. I think Bob will kill them faster than us. So, not too worried about the Bob beats.
What do you think the odds are that they board Bob out for the next game, though? So that they can't accidentally kill themselves if they see that this is turbofog.
Probably kind of high.
We haven't cast a fog effect yet, but they have seen everything in the yard, though. So
yeah, they're definitely they should know what's going on. I think probably boarding out Bob is the right thing to do. I think they know we have Narsets, so they're probably gonna focus mostly on trying to make sure that we can't prevent them drawing off our symmetrical effects by killing Narset. Rather than playing Bobs, because we're basically giving them a Bob that doesn't cost life every game. Unearth on... Really? Bob? Okay. Alright.
I don't know if that's the worst thing in the world. Unless they're doing something... some sort of shenanigans.
Seal of Fire?
Oh, there's the Seal of Fire.
Yeah,
we were talking about that before we started recording, and how ridiculous it is that this card is getting modern play.
I mean, it's not a very good shock. Like, it's just evidence that Lurrus is unhealthy. It's really warping things. What else are they playing? More Astrolabes. This card also is pretty unhealthy. I think it's just everybody wants to play Astrolabe, and it's getting expensive, I think, as well. I had them lying around when they first printed this card. I bought a full playset of it because I was pretty sure that we would see it constantly
for a while.
In Modern for a while. Yeah, and here we are. Okay, so geez, yeah, I'm not even using our draw effects because I just don't really see any reason to. So let's just see what they do, I guess. Hold up Cryptic.
Four power on the battlefield is not, like, that's something that we need to respect, I think. Especially if they have Lightning Bolt, right? A couple Lightning Bolts.
Yeah, but I think we can just tap them down right now. So we'll go
tap, draw.
Tap, bounce Mystic Sanctuary. So we can just get our Cryptic back next turn.
Yep.
What happened? Did I click wrong? Did
you draw?
Oh, I drew instead of whatever.
Oh, no.
That's not bad. That's fine. We'll probably still live. Right? I'm going to 5.
Famous last words.
They could double bolt us, but...
Or Bolt Seal of Fire does it.
Bolt Seal of Fire does it, yep. Brutality.
Oh, Collective Brutality.
Instant or sorcery.
So we don't discard anything.
So they can't get anything. We take 2. They can Seal of Fire us down to 1. So let's see if they have anything else. Looks like they have smallpox and we're dead. Yep. So good old misclick loss. That's fine. The good news is we don't really have that much for this. So I think let's expand this a little bit. So I'm pretty sure we want to play ley lines.
Yep.
I don't think I'm going to mulligan aggressively for ley lines in this matchup like I would for burn, but I think I still want to take them in. As far as stuff that's not good, I think Detention Sphere, there's not really that many permanents I really need to remove. And
what about Kroxa?
I mean, I guess
we can just fog
it.
What Kroxa's do. Yeah, this is true. Yeah,
so take that out. There's nothing I really feel the need to surgical. Like there's no specific cards I'm really scared of. They will try to. They're probably going to try to boil us. So I think we should bring in Ether Gust and Force of Negation.
Okay.
And we'll go down the Omen of the Seas because they're just kind of filler anyway. Probably don't need the Elixir of Immortality in this matchup. Are we going to Jace? I feel like we probably want Jace, but I'll just trim an Astrolabe instead.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, let's try like that. I would love to play first. Thanks, Magic Online. I will reveal a companion. This hand is completely unkeepable.
Yep.
Oh, we got Leyline.
This is better.
So
yep,
that's pretty good. We still have 7 cards, so that's not too bad. As far as what
are we shipping?
Bottom, I think we probably bottom
Big Teferi?
Teferi. Yeah, we're not getting to Teferi.
We're far from it. Yeah.
We're done with that. We will start with a Leyline. Good old 80 card Leyline deck. And just play a tap land. Pass the turn.
I really like that irrigated farmland art. I forgot about that cycle.
Honestly,
the Amonkhet cycle lands.
They're good. I think they're pretty underrated, especially for slower decks. It's just so nice to be able to ditch your lands in the late game. It's a nice
option. Mm-hmm.
And if you're fetching them end of turn as well, you're really doing it if you're fetching tap lands end of turn, or you can cycle them away. I think there's a lot of good applications for them. So they just have an Astrolabe. We'll play this. Pass the turn, I guess. I would love not to have to pitch things to this Force of Negation. So I'm probably going to try to cast it for mana if I can. Okay, Bob for our opponent.
Bob. Respect for using the OG Bob art.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have actual Bob on your Bob. That's very important. Are we going to Psychic Corrosion? The thing is...
I like that play quite a bit.
All right, let's do it. I'm not sure it's great because it does like give them stuff to get with Lurrus, but you know what?
I came here for the jank though, Duncan.
Psychic Corrosion is easily the worst card in our deck, so let's roll that out.
Take that, opponent.
Yeah. I bet you've never seen anybody play Psychic Corrosion in Modern, opponent. God, this card is bad. Like, why didn't they just reprint the actual... What the hell's... I'm playing it right now and I forget the name. Sphinx's Tutelage. Like, why didn't they just reprint Sphinx's Tutelage? Surely that card is not too good.
Yeah. It was even printed in a core set, too. Like, it could have just been Tutelage.
Yeah, I think... I mean, it's nice that there's some...
Isn't Tutelage from a core set as well?
Yeah, it's from Origins. Magic Origins.
Origins, right.
Yeah.
Right.
Opponent getting in with the Bob. Aggressive Bobs over here. Aha, take that, opponent. We got some lands, which they don't need. So that's kind of too bad. I don't know. We do nothing. We're going to yield to this. I don't think there's anything in our deck that we're going to respond to a Bob trigger with. Oh, Mishra's Bauble. Hey, here we go. Well, you can't look at our library. Got him.
Man, Leyline already just kicking ass. Oh, the Triome.
Triomes.
See, these, I like these lands a lot too.
I'm really glad these are showing up. I really, really like these lands. I think they have the right amount of upside to make a tap land playable. And if you're playing 3 colors, there's definitely no reason to play the bicycle lands over the tricycle lands.
Bicycle and tricycle, I like that.
Yeah, I think Triome, I mean, they gave us a nice name, but come on. Bicycle, tricycle. It's just such a fun naming convention. It's Lurrus.
Okay.
Yep. So they get to bauble again. Good old 0 mana draw too. So this is just a Phyrexian Arena that's also a 3/2 and doesn't lose life. And has lifelink. Fair. Pretty fair.
We need our Narset.
Narset would be good.
Are you playing another tutelage, or are you holding up mana for Haze? Do you think?
Holding up mana. I think now is when we start to fog. I kind of want them to die to their Bob rather than gaining life off Lurrus.
Opponent is at 11.
Yeah. And Lurrus has lifelink, right? So they'll start gaining life, and then there's no chance they die to Bob. So I think I should start fogging to see if I can kill them with their own Bob, but I don't think we're gonna get the mill kill in time. Yep, swings with everything. We will fog.
This deck is so silly.
Oh, it really is. It's really, really stupid.
It's just like the epitome of gold fishing. Just each turn draw 1 card and then pass.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to draw more cards. Usually that's the idea.
True. But it just seems like a complete war of attrition type deck.
Yeah, we're gonna pitch the tutelage. I don't think we're playing a tutelage anytime soon.
And we could be doing. It could be 4 per turn though.
It could be 4 per turn,
dude.
We could be milling them 4 per turn. But I'm pretty sure they'll die to Bob before they die to Sphinx's tutelage. So I'm on the dying to Bob plan at this point. That's not really where you want to be in Modern. Okay.
You're counting on their effect to kill them. Oh, that's funny. I love that.
I guess
the win condition.
I could have forced this, but that doesn't seem that good.
I'd force it.
Well, I didn't.
The tempo up. You're already discarding.
But that's card disadvantage. Like, I lose 2 cards that way.
That's true.
The land destruction is a problem. Yeah. I think we're probably hooped now. Well, we can at least ambush Viper their Lurrus, but I think we're pretty much dead. I think this game is over. This isn't even really one of our worst matchups, so that's not a great sign, but I wouldn't
Don't
say
worry,
it's
I'm still holding on to that 2 and 3 prediction.
Well, let's at least kill Lurrus.
Oh.
Or not. Well, this is quite bad.
Oh, you have to force that now, I think.
No. I'm not. I'm going to concede. That's what we're doing. All right, here we go. Match 2. We won the die roll again, and it helped us out so much last time. So I'm going to reveal my bird serpent. My best friend, the bird serpent. And what are they playing? Lurrus. Oh, what a surprise.
Oh boy.
This is a hand that we can keep.
So you had mentioned that you had played a couple of games before this league with this deck. How many Lurrus decks did you see? Like, how much of the meta is Lurrus right now?
Well, I wasn't playing a league, so I played jankier decks because I was just in queues. But I played more Yorion decks than Lurrus decks, I think. But I would say half the playable decks in Modern are Lurrus decks at this point. So this is Lurrus Burn. That's easily our worst matchup, and also probably the best deck in Modern.
I'm looking at the Modern metagame on MTG Goldfish right now, and it says Lurrus Burn, is 11.76% of the meta, and Lurrus Jund, the previous one, is 7.84% of the meta.
Yeah, no, that was Lurrus Mardu, which is kind of like, it's pretty close to Lurrus
Oh,
Jund,
right.
but
Lurrus Jund, Lurrus Mardu. My apologies.
I think they're actually categorized the same on Goldfish, but obviously they're distinct. Like, they have different... Okay, well, they seem to be on a creature plan, so that's good. But against this deck, we definitely don't want to start fogging yet. Not for 2 damage. We really got to make our fogs count. So let's run this out.
Island go, flash in dictate.
Yeah, hopefully we can flash in dictate. We could take like 10 damage. No, doesn't look like it. Maybe this is like a mono red prowess deck, because usually you don't see so many mountains from a burn deck. They're playing the horizon, whatever the red white horizon lands. Yeah, we can take 3, I guess. It's going to be more than 3, but okay. So Bolt targeting us, so we're going to take 9. No, we're going to take 9. Otherwise, we just have nothing. Like, we can't do anything if we don't take 9 here.
And hopefully, with the dictate, we're able to draw into another fog, and we can keep it going.
Yeah, we have 2 fogs. We have Angel Song and Snapcaster.
And Snap. Yep, that's true.
But the thing is, they only need 3 more bolts to kill us. Okay, well, Cryptic is good.
Cryptic's not bad, yeah. Cryptic.
Flooded Strand. That's Astrolabe. Okay, that's pretty good. Another land is helpful. So hopefully we can just Angel Song. But with Astrolabe now we can play Field of Ruin, hold up Cryptic plus Mystic Sanctuary. So that's quite good for us. Oh, what? Interesting to see Rakdos burn. Okay, this is fine. Manamorphose, whatever. I'm assuming this is to play Lurrus? Like, oh no, they're Inquisitioning us. So I think we Angel Song now.
Yep. Otherwise they'll take it.
They can't take Cryptic.
They'll probably take Snapcaster, would be my guess.
Yeah, they'll take Snappy. But we don't really need it, because we have infinite Cryptics anyway.
With the Mystic Sanctuary.
Yeah, with Mystic Sanctuary. They took Narset. Okay.
Is Narset pretty oppressive in Modern right now?
I don't really think so. I mean, Narset's really good, obviously, but I don't know if it's
Scar Mage for our opponent. Second one. Yeah, they're just on that prowess plan. Oh, we draw the Haze. That's not bad.
Yeah, Haze is good.
And Omen. But
for now, we'll hold up Cryptic. But we might want to counter this. Oh, no, that doesn't help us at all. We can just discard. You know what? We'll ditch Hallowed Fountain. We have 5 lands, so we can... Yeah, we need the Cryptic, because it's our only main deck. Oh, no, we have Dawn Charm, but those are the only 2 things we can do against Lightning Bolt. Okay, so...
Speaking of which...
So, yeah, so this is a problem for us, because... See, there's no way we can now Cryptic, Ethereal Haze, and get back Cryptic, because we need to crack this to get Mystic to cast our spells. Also, it doesn't come in untapped anyway, because we don't have enough islands.
Flooded Strand for an island, then Cryptic?
Yeah, we're gonna Flooded Strand for basic island. Cryptic. I think we just counter draw here, so we'll counter draw, and then we will Ethereal Haze, and then we just hope that we're not dead.
I'm beginning to see a where you were predicting the problem would be with this deck.
Yeah.
In that it's just far too slow.
It's just not very good.
It's just it's just not very good.
Oh, this is quite good. So, oh man, we really did it. We got a counter for a lightning bolt and a fog. So that's pretty excellent.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, we could cast Yorion.
Yeah, and then die. Seems good. Cast Yorion. Get a blocker.
I'm just saying we had the mana available. Big beats.
So we have lots of mana right now, so I think we go for the Snapcaster for
Angel Song?
For
Or haze?
Let's
do haze, just so we have omen, so we can play omen.
We can do both, right? Yeah, we can do both. So I will go. Go Angel Song. Yeah, because we have Astrolabe to filter our mana. Man, this card is broken. Yep, we're gonna do that, and then we are going to cast Angel Song. Block Soulscar Mage.
That's the ultimate disrespect on the opponent right now.
Yeah,
they're probably just going like, wait, what? Why did he block? It's the mind games. It's the meta. It's the game within the game.
Okay, so they're escaping this Titan boy. Let's Omen so we have more discard options. All right, Polluted Delta, Angel Song. I would like an Angel Song. And by I would like an Angel Song, I mean I would like to discard an Angel Song. Because I'm pitching it. But, Detention Sphere. Gideon. Interesting. Gideon is useless. Doesn't help us at all, I don't think.
Pass the turn.
Bye. See ya.
If I was the opponent right now and I was playing Modern in Moto, I'd be infuriated. And that's kind of partly why this is so funny to watch.
Yeah, that's
because I know I'd be like, oh god, a fog deck, just like turbofog for days.
Yeah, so this causes us to discard a card. We will discard Gideon because it's useless. I guess maybe we should desphere the Titan. Discarding a card every turn is annoying. But for now, we will fog. It would be really nice if they printed some kind of hate card that prevents triggers. Like, there's cards that prevent triggers from enters the battlefield effects, but not attack triggers, as far as I know.
Ooh,
like a Torpor Orb for attacks. That is pretty annoying. So I think, now we have to pitch the D-Sphere, unfortunately. That's pretty bad, I think. Triggers.
Cling to dust.
That's...
Main deck, Cling to Dust.
Okay. Sure.
Interesting. Okay. I guess.
I don't even know what to say about that. Okay, post-combat Hasty Swift Spear. Sure. Tutelage. I mean...
They're at 37.
We do need to play Tutelage at some point if we want to win. So...
Seems like now's as good as the time
Tutelage.
Is it worthwhile Field of Ruining something on their end?
No,
or no?
Absolutely not. Yeah, we're going to play this too because we want to draw more cards. We'll hold up Dawn Charm. What is the activated ability? Draw a card, discard a card. For 6 mana? Yeah. Very good. That's definitely going to happen. Honestly, I'm surprised we've lived this long. It's turn 8 against Burn. Or something Burn-ish. Burn adjacent.
Fasty, hasty smack boys .deck.
Yeah. I guess it's not bolt.deck. So that's good. Yep, we're discarding Omen.
Also, the mill in a deck that has Kroxa is inherently just hot garbage.
What, you mean you don't like milling your opponent when they're a graveyard deck? I'm not even sure. I don't even know anymore. Look at all these triggers.
Heart of the cards, I believe.
If we play game 2 really fast, maybe we can time them out. Ooh, that's quite good. Yes, we will target our opponent. Hey! That's not a dead card. I think we just do that, honestly.
That is, in fact, a spell. Arkhams, right. We can do double white with Arkhams.
Yep.
Damn, that card is good. Wow. Okay.
Bye. Neat.
Boom.
Yeah, we got him. Now they can escape Kroxa.
Discard Cryptic.
Discard Cryptic.
And then
And
we're back to where we were.
Yep.
Oh, well.
I don't know. It was either that or use Cryptic as a fog,
That was the only play you had, so... Well, Cryptic
Fog.
Okay, well...
Haha, got him. Can't use that against Cryptic.
Hey, we could play Yorion.
We might actually have to play Yorion next turn to draw cards. It is like a very good Mole Drifter at this point. We have Astrolabe plus Omen. Yeah. Yep, saw this coming. So what do we need to draw? Fogs? Mostly fogs. Snappy boys.
Snap Daddios.
Mystic Sanctuaries, fetch lands. We actually have a lot of draws. That was not one of the draws that we were looking for.
Oh boy.
But we do get another chance. That's also not what we were looking for. So, we are casting Yorion. Yorion coming in. Our first Yorion. We will draw a bunch of cards, please. Alright, come on, give us something good. So we want to put Omen last. Ooh, boy. Bottom. Interesting. I think we keep this so that we can get a
Mystic
Sanctuary. Yeah. Supreme Verdict is good. Temple Bell is less good. We did mill them out though, so we win. Got him.
Wow.
Did we hit a double? I think we must have hit a double because we hit some doubles in there off our Sphinx's tutelage. So this card lets you repeat the process if they share a color. I think we hit a couple doubles in there. That's why we won.
Wow.
Nice. Sweet. All right. So
just like we drew
it up. So it's not really a burn deck. It's more of a prowess deck. We want
Force of Negation seem good then.
Force of Negation. Yeah, Force of Negation is probably worth having. We should probably bring in Leyline. Anyway, we're gonna die to Bolt. They know what's up. They're gonna bring in everything they can to hit us in the face.
I'd probably go down a couple tutelage.
Yep, I think. Well, we'll go down Psychic Corrosion.
Definitely that.
Jace is very bad here.
Yeah.
Teferi is also probably pushing it. Elixir is unnecessary. What are we at now? 84. We need 4 cuts. Okay.
I'd cut I'd cut a couple of the tutelage. 2 detention sphere, 2 tutelage.
Let's go 1 tutelage, 1 Narset. I think Narset is not that good here either.
Okay.
We do need to win.
What about Gideon?
Oh yeah, let's cut that and bring back in a tutelage. I actually think that. I mean, 4 tutelage is not that much, right? We have 80 cards.
Oh yeah, this is true. Okay, yeah, sure, go for it.
Yeah, this is fine. I don't think we mulligan into Leyline against this deck though, because it's not true burn. I think we just because we can cast Leyline. This hand. Oh god. I don't like this hand at all.
Don't do much if we don't have. Yeah. Oh, this is better. I think this is better.
It's better. Yeah, this is keepable. We'll put the Mystic Sanctuary back. I think. Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense.
It's better in our library. And I think actually Howling Mine is our best Howling Mine in this matchup because we can cast it earlier. And they're pretty much going to always have action against us anyway, so I don't know if we cared that much about giving them cards. The only card of theirs that we're really scared of is Lightning Bolt.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 1 damage. Owie, owie.
Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the art on Holy Day here.
Oh.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Love it.
Look at Urza.
Is that invasion set?
Yeah, that's Invasion.
Oh.
That's Urza just standing there beside some thing. I don't know what that is, but...
Man, old school Magic the Gathering art is so good.
I don't think we're going to pay life here. If we're dead, we're dead. Turn 2 kill would be pretty spicy, though.
Is that even possible with this opening? I don't think
it's possible.
Yeah.
Not if the deck is doing what we saw last time. Maybe if they're playing like some weird combo in the sideboard, but that seems very unlikely. I expect the sideboard is going to be Boil and not much else that we care about. Oh, Fulminator Mage. Okay, interesting.
Ooh, spicy.
We do need lands. Mikakoro. Yeah, I don't know if that's really where we're at. But Inquisition. Yeah, we're fogging right now. Cast this Angel Song. If they take Holy Day, I don't care. They'll probably take Snapcaster.
I would think so. Sphinxes seems a little harmless. Although that was how we won last game, so...
Yeah, maybe we've spooked them enough. They took it. They took the Sphinx's tutelage.
Oh, they did!
That is...
Oh my goodness.
I don't think that's the right choice. Sphinx's tutelage, yeah, it's our win condition, but, I mean...
Interesting.
We kill them in... We're milling basically 4 cards a turn. Maybe a couple turns we get 6. So we're looking at, 8, 9 turns, something like that.
They just followed that up with Thoughtseize, though, so there.
Okay.
Good thing you played the Howling Mine when you did, but
yeah,
now we might be taking some big oof points.
Well, we already fogged this turn, so we're not taking any damage.
Right.
Yeah, I fogged as soon as they cast the discard spell.
And they take Holy Day.
All right. I mean, that's kind of the same thing as Snapcaster. I guess that's probably better than Snapcaster, because we'll just Snapcaster for Holy Day, and we have to pay more mana for that.
Fulminator again.
Okay, we have to do the whole thing right now, unfortunately. That's really bad for us.
Yeah.
So we go Holy Day. Jeez, yeah, that's super bad. That is super, super bad. If they go double bolt to the face, we're dead.
I mean, they are drawing 2 cards a turn as well.
They are, yeah.
So.
They are doing that. But I mean, it doesn't look like the kind of deck where you would play Rift Bolt. So I don't know how many bolt effects they have. We're going to get rid of this because that is a useless card. Cult K Command. Yeah, I was wondering when this is going to show up. We will discard a Narset. So they're going to combat. If we...
Double block Soul Scarred with Snappy.
If we double block and they have Gut Shot, we lose. I think we still do that, though. If we draw a land, we can Cryptic. If we draw a Fog, we can Fog.
Oh. We ain't out of this yet.
Yeah, we can Cryptic now. For a minimum of 2 life. I think we have to play the Hallowed Fountain untapped so that we can get back Cryptic later with the fetch land, unfortunately. I think that's the only thing we can do. So we're going to do this. And we're going to see how this goes. So they're going to go to attacks and we lose because I should have done this beginning of combat. But I was...
Oh, no.
But I was dead either way.
Oh, bolt.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well... Fair enough. Game 3.
Game 3.
I'm going to get rid of this. It's too slow. And we're going to play... Surgical Bolt is pretty reasonable. Surgical Krog... Yeah, let's actually bring in the Surgical. Maybe both. Maybe both surgicals. I don't know. It's better than nothing. We can cast it for real mana, too. Because we have Astrolabes. It's probably better than... like Temple Bell. I feel like we're never going to cast it. Well, Narset is a pretty dead card, too. Whatever, we'll take out the Temple Bell. Let's try this. This is probably actually an okay matchup for us, overall. They are attacking, at least. Okay, so we have one land, but we have Leyline.
Leyline as a start's always good against a
Yeah, let's just keep it.
aggro
Whatever.
deck like this.
I don't know what I don't know what I'm hoping for here.
We have Leyline and Surgical, so...
True. I mean, yeah, I don't know if Surgical is good at all, but...
We'll see. We'll see.
Swift Spear.
Seems good. Seems fine. Okay, that's not bad.
That's pretty much what we want. We should stop on my upkeep. Crack our lands on the upkeep so that we have a chance to draw an extra land. Out of our 80 cards, don't want to thin our deck. Nice, drew a land. That's pretty good. Do we run out the tutelage and just hope we're not dead? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah. Whatever. They could probably 13 us, but... Oh, that's super bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think we just Verdict.
They'll sacrifice to probably blow up Fountain. Yep.
Fair enough.
Oh, there's the Boil, too.
Oh, maybe we Surgical Boil. We can't beat Boil.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I mean, we could try to counter it, but... Also, we get to look at their deck. Kind of interested, because it is pretty spicy. So they have Lightning Bolt, which is a dead card. Thoughtseize, which is a dead card. Carol Keep, Metamorphose. Okay, that's not too bad. I'm not too scared of that. Colligan's Command. What can this do against us? Target player, no. Destroy target artifact, no.
It can blow up an artifact or blow up one of our creatures.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Collective Brutality, I think, is a whiff too, right?
Brutality.
Target
opponent. Yeah, so they can kill Snapcasters with it. It's not very good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that Boil, and I'll take that one. Don't forget to take the one out of the graveyard, because you can actually target the one in the graveyard and then not remove it from the game with Surgical. Because the design is very intuitive. What are they doing? Oh, they must be trying to cast Croaxa.
Croaxa.
Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. Discard Ethereal Haze.
No, Cryptic. We can't even cast Cryptic right now.
Oh, true.
Well, we're gonna... if they
Ethereal Haze.
No, if they attack, we're gonna dictate, actually. If they don't, yeah. So if they don't play any hasty creatures, which it doesn't look like they're doing, we just dictate. We have no chance to win if we do go the other way. This is the closest thing we have to an out. So now we get to draw 2 cards. Maybe we just mill them all the way out right now.
Ooh.
Right? You never know.
A man can dream.
Force of Negation. That is something we can discard to this, I guess.
I mean, we got one more turn, so
yeah,
2 more milling opportunities.
I'll just fog right now so they don't even bother attacking us. Technically, we should wait until they tap their creatures so that we can... They're just going to try anyway. Oh, I guess it makes us discard.
No, because when they attack, they need to discard.
Yeah. Got it. All right, draw cards. Come on. Something good, please. Like land fog. Fetch land. Cryptic.
Let's go Abbott.
Yeah. again, doesn't really matter. Ha! You exiled one of your cards. I'm gonna kill you faster with the mill. Cryptic. Okay, that's one thing I was hoping for, but I need the land to make that useful at all. There it is.
Oh!
Perfect. Okay. So. Mystic Sanctuary. Get back. Jeez. Let's actually do Ethereal Haze, just in case. Just in case they can blow up one of our lands. So we're going to go. Try not to screw this up. Okay, tap all creatures. This one, top one. There we go. So bounce Mystic Sanctuary, tap all the creatures. And then we can play Mystic back next turn. Get back Cryptic. And hopefully not be dead. What do they got? We need to draw a fog of some kind still, though, because Mystic Sanctuary just puts it on top of our library. Okay. So now we have to discard... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that, because now I have to discard this.
Oh, crap.
But they cast it from their hand. It wasn't in their graveyard.
It still triggers.
Yeah. But I didn't necessarily know that it was there.
Oh, I see.
Okay, here we go. We got match 3. I have once again won the die roll. So...
That's gone well for us in the previous 2 games.
Yeah, it's gone so well. I will choose a companion. So it's been a little while since we recorded the last couple games, and there's been some news. So in the intro to this, I was talking about how I thought that Lurrus especially was a big problem in older formats like Vintage and Legacy, and it has been banned in both those formats. It's been a very long time since anything was outright banned in Vintage.
Since the conspiracies, I believe. But that was just simply because they don't work with Vintage and other Magic outside of the conspiracy format.
Now, that was interesting because that's something that I wanted to talk to you about. I actually think that brings up a good point, which is that I think companions are a lot like conspiracies. I think outside of the format they were specifically designed for, which is clearly standard, they don't really function properly. I mean, they really seem to interfere with the game, because I think from now on you're always going to want to have a companion, because it's a whole additional layer of the game.
I think it begs the question then, like, do you think some of the newer sets that are coming out that have these types of mechanics, do you think they'll just become either only standard legal or auto banned? To be honest, I can't imagine that they would go to something like that, simply because WotC wants people to be able to play their cards in the formats that they want, and sometimes that involves risk taking, like companions, right? And even though I think it's a huge swing and a miss, just based on what I've been playing in draft and what I'm seeing in Modern right now with some of the games that you've played, I don't think it's a very good mechanic, but I also appreciate the fact that WotC has tried to, push the boundaries a little bit of the game, because otherwise there's just going to be stagnation, right? And everybody's going to be playing the same decks anyway. But I don't hate the bannings. I think it makes sense, because it is such a unique mechanic, and especially with Vintage, it's just, if it was restricted like normal cards get, you're only ever playing one Lurrus anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's still affecting the entire deck. So I don't hate the bannings at all.
No, I think they made the right call there for sure with the bannings. Yeah, I think especially in Vintage they really had to make that call. And I don't know if there's any chance that they start auto banning cards like this in other formats. And I agree with you. I am glad that they're trying things like this, because I do think that there's always the chance I would rather see unfortunate risks slip through the cracks and disrupt things than probably should have done this differently, but yeah, then just like stick to the status quo. I think we're gonna rock this. I'll just
excuse me.
Yeah, I think it's good that they're trying new things, but I would like them to be willing to ban these kinds of things fairly quickly.
Well, and I think they moved fairly quickly on this one.
Yeah, they moved pretty quickly.
Weeks?
Yeah, they moved pretty quickly for those formats. I think there's still some other formats that need some bannings. I think Lurrus is just too much of a problem in too many formats, including in Modern. I think Modern is getting a bit boring. Thankfully, we're not playing against a companion deck right now. This is just some old school Eldrazi Tron.
Eldrazi. I love me a good Tron deck, so...
It's funny because I'm kind of agreeing with you.
I feel like listening to podcasts and things like that from, call it 8 to 12 months ago, who were talking about the Modern format, everybody was calling for Tron to get nerfed, and heads were rolling for this deck, right? So I think it just also goes to show that there's always going to be one deck that everybody takes a massive dunk on, and then it's either dealt with or then they forget about it, right? It just goes in these cycles, it seems.
Mm-hmm. So here we're in a big... I
feel like we're in trouble right now.
We're in trouble. Yeah, we don't have any fogs at the moment. So thankfully we have Teferi, which will let us draw a card and untap some lands. So if we do find a fog, which we have 2 chances at, we will at least get to cast it. That's not a fog. I don't think we bother finding out if we're going to get our fog before passing the turn, because I like to keep things suspenseful, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're not dead on board. So let's see what they have.
2 reality smashers and a matter reshaper. Do they
Chalice
have?
On 1.
They don't have Tron on. Okay.
Chalice on 1 is
that hoses your ethereal haze.
Fine. Yeah. But we don't specifically need ethereal haze in this matchup. Unless they Walking Ballista us, which they probably have 1 or 2 of in their deck, I would guess. But I think we just take this.
I was gonna say draw the card, but
yeah, sure, why not?
Being a fog deck, I feel like health pro. That's good for next. That's good for next turn, though.
Yeah, I mean they hit Teferi as well.
And yeah, that's true. Teferi took a bunch of that.
So that's another thing I kind of like about Planeswalkers in this sort of deck, is people tend to find them threatening and they kill them, which ultimately, I mean, that's another kind of fog, sort of, I guess. I don't know.
Sort of, or just like life gain or something.
Yeah, life gain. So they get a Thought-Knot Seer. We don't particularly care about Thought-Knot Seer. Just trying to think if we should. So we could Dawn Charm right now, but I think if we do that, then we just lose it to Thought-Knot Seer. So I think we play the fetch land and pass the turn. By Dawn Charm, I mean get back Dawn Charm with Mystic Sanctuary, but
right.
I think if we do that, they just snatch it from us. But maybe we do that. Maybe we do that on their end step and then draw it with Temple Bell. That might be a good plan to keep us from getting...
Oh, Mystic Sanctuary just reads Island, right? It doesn't read Basic Island.
No, it's not a basic land, but it is an island, yeah.
That is excellent.
It's pretty good. I saw an interesting comment on Reddit not too long ago suggesting that the biggest problem with something like Arkham's Astrolabe and this like snow-based mana base right now is actually that these are basic lands, and if we had if the snowlands, the basic snowlands, didn't have the basic type, then we would have less problems because we could do things like Blood Moon people out of their snow mana bases. And I think
but you'd only be allowed 4 of them in that scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And so it would be harder to build a hardcore snow basic land mana base. And I think I'm kind of on board with that, actually. I think I like that idea of not being allowed to have...
Is Snowlands that oppressive, though?
So...
Is it simply because of the Arkham situation? Because
it's really
seems
just
like it would be more reasonable just to ban the problematic card rather than the problematic mechanic in that case.
I guess so. Yeah, I mean, and I don't really think they should change it now. It's just kind of an interesting thought. Like Arkham's Astrolabe,
that's true.
Or Astrolabe, I think would be balanced if Snowlands weren't basic lands, because you would still have a way to actively disrupt people's mana bases when they're really greedy. Like, this is not a greedy mana base, so people shouldn't be able to disrupt it that easily. But if people are playing 4 colors, then it's pretty greedy, and you should have a way to fight against that. So here, we want to hold up a fog against this Thought-Knot Seer. We could start getting back Supreme Verdicts. I don't think I want to play the Sanctuary yet, because I want to keep it up for something else. I think I'll drop the Astrolabe, in case we... Or we'll get it countered.
Counter.
Whatever.
Oop.
Give our opponent some information.
Dude, I just saw that they're reprinting Mana Crypt.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's another thing that we can...
God.
Okay.
Oh my god, they're reprinting... Holy crap, the new art looks sick, too. Oh my goodness.
So... Yeah, double masters or whatever. My first thought when I saw that, it was like double the rares, double the foils, and in my head I just thought, and double the price. I'm sure, like it's probably gonna be so expensive. But yeah, hopefully, like all the cards they've revealed so far are really really great choices. So I'm hoping that I have high hopes for the set, but. I'm keeping my expectations, as reasonable as possible at this point.
This master set won't have a basic land in it, will it? I doubt it. That would be cool though if they made this master set come with some cool set of full art lands. That'd be pretty neat.
So let's see if we can just.
Yeah, maybe back to the game at hand.
No, I mean whatever. We're actually doing fine. I mean, there's nothing too exciting going on. I'm out of fogs for a little bit here, and we're dead to a reality smasher, which is pretty bad. And we can't play any more fogs because of these Chalice of the Voids. But we do have Sphinx's Tutelage and Bad Sphinx's Tutelage on board. So if they are somehow on blanks with their 8-card hand, we're in good shape. But I think we're dead here. That's my guess.
Oh, they're tapping for lots of mana, so that usually isn't the best sign.
All is dust.
Jeez.
Doesn't kill us, so that's something, I guess.
Spicy. That's an awesome commander card. I love being able to cast that, especially when I had my Karn, mono brown Karn commander. That was like the only way I could destroy things, apart from like his ability.
Yeah, I like All Is Dust. I think All Is Dust is a really cool card.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really like the tribal mechanic. I know Wizards is not a fan of this card type because it's confusing that it is a card type, I think, but I like it. Okay, so they're getting liquid metal coating along with Karn to prevent us from doing anything. Also, our Temple Bell is turned off because this prevents artifacts from being activated. And with liquid metal coating, that'll turn off our lands. I think we're in pretty bad shape. I'm not even sure that we should continue this game, but I guess I can kill the Thought-Knots here. I do get to draw a card. Yeah. It's better than nothing.
But do you have anything to deal with the Karn?
No. Not that I can cast. Let's see. 10 mana.
10.
Oh, it's a big walking ballista.
Oh, just a big old walking ballista.
I mean, we're dead, so...
Okay.
Cool. So, against this deck, we have Stony Silence and Ceremonious Rejection, which are both pretty good. I don't know if we need to ley line against...
Yeah, I don't know if ley line is the play.
Seems a bit weak. Force of Negation doesn't really get us too far, does it? I mean, we could get Karns with it, I guess. Maybe that's worth it. Because if we don't have anything else, we can just trim Astrolabes. We don't really need to do that. And we don't need Elixir, I don't think. And Dawn Charm is also not that good here. Field of Ruin is good. I feel like I'd keep this, even though it's a little bit sketchy. I think being able to Field of Ruin some other lands is kind of nice. I mean, they don't rely super heavily on Tron, but keeping them off Tron isn't bad. And blowing up Eldrazi Temple is also something. It's better than a lot of our other plays against against this deck. Mikokoro. Chalice on 1, that's bad. Jace is not super helpful. I think we just have to Field of Ruin them right now.
So here's a question about Jace, because I haven't played Modern since Jace got unbanned. Has it been super oppressive, or
no?
Like, are you seeing it pretty frequently in decks, or was the unbanning pretty reasonable?
No, I think it was a pretty good unbanning. You saw a decent amount of Jace when it was first unbanned, but honestly, it's not even that widely played, as far as I can tell anymore. I mean, it's a good card. It's just, it's not that great in Modern. Okay, do we want to do anything here? I think we just have to keep up Cryptic. This is the problem with Jace in this deck, is if you have Cryptic Command, you never play Jace. No, we can't really let them do that. Cryptic, counter, and bounce the Matter Reshaper. Detention Sphere is excellent. We can bounce it later to get more Chalice of the Voids. When they eventually and inevitably play more of those. Were all snakes errated to be serpents, or are they separate things? I think they're separate things.
I think they're separate, because there's snake and there's naga too, right?
Yeah, there's snake and there's like 3 things that are snakes.
Serpent, snake, naga.
Yeah, and then there's like worm, and then worm.
And worm.
Yeah. 2 kinds of worm.
Worm and worm adjacent.
So they're back on Tron. Very cool. Karn.
Ooh, okay.
That's bad, but oh well.
If we draw a land, can we play Yorion, flash the D-Sphere, and target Karn?
Yes, we can. Which would be pretty good. Especially because we don't care about Chalice on 0, because it'll come back in with 0 counters.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good, last turn. I think we just hold up Cryptic, and we'll counter Liquid Metal Coating.
And then you also have Force of Negation backup for whatever their follow-up might be. Oh, Ugin.
Yeah, well, let's Cryptic this and bounce Karn, because then we can counter Karn when they try to replay it. So, counter bounce. Matter Reshaper is coming back, but that's not too bad. Liquid Metal Coating. I don't think we care about this if we can stop them from playing Karn. I'm not really sure it's worth countering this. Let's play a Tutelage. Cast Force of Negation. Goodbye, Karn. They probably just have another Karn in their hand.
Oh, that would be so annoying.
Is it actually going to be... Oh. That's not that much better. We need more lands to reuse Cryptic. That is not super helpful. we can prevent all damage from Matter Reshaper or Reality Smasher, probably Reality Smasher. But that's actually not too bad because they can't actually kill it. Because then it ticks up to 4. And if I prevent damage from the Reality Smasher, unless they have another Reality Smasher, they can't take this off the board.
Oh, I see.
So that's actually not too bad. That's probably better than using my Jace as a 4-mana Brainstorm. That's annoying. So
they're probably going to get Jace, right?
Yeah, they probably will. We'll see. I think they probably will take Jace.
Big old Ballista boy.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that means that we do lose Gideon, but it did its job. It was a fog.
3-mana fog.
3-mana fog. So I think we're gonna be.
Are we?
I think we're just dead. I think there's nothing we can do because we can run these out as blockers. They can ping them down, and then they hit us for 12. Yep,
12.
We're dead.
Yep, we're dead.
Well, that's it for match number 3. Ooh, yeah, die roll.
We've been doing pretty well at those.
Yeah.
So.
Well, match 4 with this excellent, magnificent deck. Let's see if we can win a match. We will choose Yorion. Let's do this. Oh, they're a Jigantha deck. So this is probably like Storm or something.
Can you hover over Jigantha for me real quick? Okay, yeah. This one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what else plays this. I can't remember. But I know Storm is playing that. This hand is not keepable. 2 lands is better than 1 land. And Arkham's Astrolabe? Yeah. Yeah. We can keep that. If it's Storm, Narset is pretty good. Let's keep Narset and ditch D-Sphere.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Astrolabe. I actually think this card is worthy of consideration for banning in Modern, and probably should be banned in Legacy.
I wonder if, with all of the companion kerfuffle that has graced the world of competitive Magic in the past little bit, I wonder if Astrolabe is going to fly under the radar a little bit now.
I mean, it definitely it dodged the Legacy banning, which I don't know, especially in Legacy where things like Back to Basics, Wasteland, those are like pillars of the format, I think. Okay, so this is not Storm. Renin 6 and Jigantha? Oh, maybe it's Nivtalite.
I'm not sure which one that is.
It's like the Niv Mizzet, the 5-color Niv Mizzet deck.
Oh, Niv Mizzet and Bring to Light? That's the...
Yeah.
That's how the deck's... Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, let's assume it's that. Narset here. 1 damage to any target is not enough to kill Narset, so we can do this once. We'll reveal a Sphinx's tutelage. Your move. Your move, opponent.
We got them shaking in their boots.
I certainly hope so. Okay, Praxeter Verdant. Godless Shrine. Oh, it's definitely Nivtalite. Renin 6 plus Lightning Helix. Niv Mizzet cares about things that are exactly 2 colors. I feel like this is a weird combo of cards to be playing in something that isn't built around Niv Mizzet.
I think we play the tutelage.
I agree.
Get the WinCon online.
Oh, Pillar of the Perins. This is definitely Nivtalite. If everything in your deck is multicolored, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, and Uro. Jeez.
Yep.
This card is like 60 ticks on Moto right now, isn't it?
Yeah,
something
it's
crazy.
Pretty expensive. It is pretty good, I would say. It's pretty good. It draws cards, it ramps, it recurs itself. It's okay.
64 ticks, according to MTG Goldfish right now. That is insane.
That's pretty obscene. That's too much. Oh, look. Astrolabe. Or Astrolab, as I've heard some people call it. Very
I
interesting.
thought it was Astrolabe.
Astro. You know, when I first saw this card, I was really excited because, I mean, like Arkham Dagson was my first commander deck, and I really love Arkham. But I'm becoming less and less a fan. We'll just probably end up flashing in our Dictate here, I think. Okay, Euro, pretty good. Maybe too good. Yeah, this is a very strong card.
Yes, it is. It is actually the nuts.
I really like the design of these. I think they're really interesting.
The escape as a mechanic?
Yeah, the giants, the titans. Elder Giant is a sweet creature type. But I don't know, maybe I feel like these low cost mythics are always a financial problem. Oh, I didn't flash in Dictate because I'm an idiot. So we'll just do this.
Now we got a clock. Now we're playing with gas.
Now we're playing with gas. Yeah, I definitely should have played Dictate. That was just bad. Okay, they're exiling our graveyard. That's I'm pretty okay with that.
That seems like an interesting card for the main board.
Okay, so everything has retrace. That's... Does that matter? We just died a lightning helix now. Cool. Oops. I mean, there was nothing I could have done about Ren and 6, so we can't do anything about this.
I guess we could have played Snap. Oh no, Snappy would have just killed it.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't think I'm gonna fog either. It's just 7. I think taking 2 to stop from, because I need to fetch a Hallowed Fountain, so losing 2 life to stop 7 damage when I'm on 17 seems weak, especially because I have 1 fog left. I feel like I can, like, if they play another creature now, the next time I would play a fog, it effectively gains me more life. So I don't know. Okay, here comes Nimbizit.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Abrupt Decay for one of the tutelage, I guess.
And then they're gonna retrace it. Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. Pass it back. Let's fog it up.
We could flash in the Dictate after the fog too.
Yeah, we'll probably flash in Dictate. I think we'll wait till the end of turn. May as well pretend we have counter magic. Look at all these blue mana sources, opponent. Are you afraid?
Yeah. We are representing Cryptic Command. Oh, geez.
Okay, well, in that case, let's do some stuff.
That's exactly what they were expecting, I bet.
Also, yeah, probably. What's happening? Alright, so now that we've got that over with, alright, so we're going to grab a Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, you guys can't see what I'm saying to my opponent, but I let him know that my fire alarm was going off, but it was just my girlfriend burning some carrots, so everything's fine. Everything's fine here. Situation normal.
Blackened carrots, it's fine.
Yeah. I'm sure the alarm is gonna go off again in a moment because I paused the smoke detector, so I don't think the smoke will be gone by the time it unpauses. But we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so we have a fog again, so that's helpful.
We do?
What's up?
We do? Oh, we have the fog on the Mystic Sanctuary. Right, sorry.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool, so they bounce out Dictate, fine. I mean, we didn't have anything else to play, and I would rather this was on 1, I guess, even though I have no way to pressure it.
Oh, jeez.
Ren and 6. Yep. We might just die to Ren and 6 pings.
Ren and 6 ping.
That did happen to me
Slow burn.
in testing when I was playtesting this deck one time. Not. I mean, I didn't take 20 damage.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
But yeah. They were racing my. I was racing my mill against their Ren and 6, and Ren and 6 turns out a bit faster than the Dictate of Krufix Ethereal Haze kill.
I think there's a lot of decks that are a little faster than what we're trying to do here.
What do you mean? Are you trying to tell me that Modern is... is not
a turn 3 format.
What? No, it's definitely a. You can just dirtle, do whatever you want. Yeah, lightning helix, whatever. That's no problem.
I mean, it's turn 8 now, right? So
yeah, it's turn 8. I'm not dead yet.
I think we are donezo.
Yeah, we're dead. We're super dead. He's got 6 cards.
I think we're boarding in those Pact of Negations, though, hey? Or not Pact of Negation.
We definitely are.
Force of Negation.
Okay, so, yeah, ley lines, because we just die otherwise. So I guess we need those. We are indeed going to use Force of Negation. I think Ashiok is kind of interesting here, if they're on the tutor plan with Bring to Light.
What about Ether Gust? Ether Gust hits Ren and 6. It hits
a lot of stuff,
a few
actually.
of the things.
So let's bring everything in, basically. Let's go all out. Surgical, no. We're not going to surgical. Omen of the Sea is kind of filler, so take that out. Narset, they don't actually have anything that draws cards, so I don't know if we need Narset.
Do we need our Jace?
We do need D-Sphere. Jace is kind of bad. I think it just dies here.
Probably cut the Gideon, too.
Yep, Gideon. Maybe Snapcaster Mage is kind of bad here if they're randomly hating out graveyards.
Well, if they have Ren and 6 too, that's just going to kill, right? So I'd maybe cut a couple, 2 Snappies and 1 Supreme Verdict. Something like that.
Yeah, we could do that. Let me see if there's anything else I think is bad. Let's go 1 Snappy, 1 Supreme Verdict, and 1 Astrolabe. If you never win, you get to play first a lot.
Arkham's tutelage.
Oof, this is pretty bad, but whatever.
We got to play Yorion at some point as well.
Yeah, that's something I've actually been thinking about is, I'm playing Yorion so that I have an 8-card opening hand, but if one card in my hand is never castable, maybe it doesn't
really matter.
It's just not good. I mean, the deck isn't good, though, is the thing, right? So how am I supposed to know if Yorion is good in the deck if the deck is just bad?
Yeah. Arcum's Astrolabe.
Arcum's Astrolabe.
Make it happen. What do we do?
What do we do here? I think we have to Ether Gust Niv it. No, we can't. We can't. Then we just lose because they boil us. But they're going to boil us anyway because they have Teferi. So we lose. We've just lost. We've already lost. I can't do anything. You'll lose. All right, we'll get him. We'll get him in game 5, match 5.
We'll get the 1 win in match 5.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We will choose Yorion. Be afraid, opponent. Lurrus. I don't know. Whatever they're doing, I'm just going to read the flavor text on Ethereal Haze. Imagine a drove flying through the smoke. Does the drove injure the smoke? Does the smoke impede... Oh, it's a dove. I've never read the flavor text before. That makes way more sense. I was like, drove. What is a drove of what?
I was waiting for you to realize. That's so funny. What a drove. I'm like, that's a Dr. Steve Brule moment that you just pulled there. Empty Drangles.
Modern. Yep, and we are dead.
Archmage's Charm? Wow.
Yeah, that's a thing now. I like...
You know what you should do? Just add your entire sideboard into the deck and then hit submit. It is a pile.
Yeah, I think...
Yep.
I think I probably should have played the no Yorion version, honestly. I built a different version without Yorion. And I think it actually might have been better. Maybe it just doesn't matter. Like, maybe there's just no way to be playing Howling Mines in Modern. Man, if they counter Psychic Corrosion... This is Modern. This card is not good. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's fair. No, we're not going to pay for Mana Leak. Hey, I'm glad Mana Leak's back, though. It was a long time when nobody played Mana Leak. Oh, opponent wants to know if I like blue-white Yorion Mill over blue-black Lurrus Mill. I'm pretty sure this deck is
awful.
Definitely worse than UB Mill.
Seems like a cool list.
Well, it was worth a shot anyway. Maybe in another meta. I'm glad our opponent appreciates the spiciness of the deck.
The respect.
All the Lurrus decks are not helping the mill plan? No, they are not helping the mill plan. And I like Jund as a it's good to see people playing Tarmogoyfs and stuff. This card is definitely not very good, but God, do I love this art. Look at it.
Is he on one of those airships?
He's got his like.
I don't
know. I can't even tell. I can't.
Like
there's so much going on.
Early,
in this,
late '90s, early 2000s Magic art. It's just where you want to be.
I think our deck makes a lot of things look excellent.
GG. 0-5. Ooh.
Oh well. So
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thanks for watching anyway.
Maybe for those watching, if there's any weird off-color, crazy, off-meta, whatever it is, type decks you'd love to see us try and play within a fairly reasonable budget, like fire them our way and see if that's something that we're able to do. I don't know. I really like the idea of this series where we just play crazy, random, out of the blue modern decks and see if they work. So hopefully we can do a little better next time. But I loved the idea of this one. Just didn't get the execution there.